Hey guys, it's Amy Shine here, and wanted to make a quick video today to talk about where where sometimes we can be almost like a slave to money, and choose based on money, not making choices based on what's going to create more for your future or what's kind of congruent with what you want to create in the world or what feels right for you. Just kind of getting almost like just sidelined, distracted by money. And just wanted to share a bit like about myself. So when I was 14, I came home to my dad and told him I was getting a job. And he was like, "Why are you getting a job? You don't need to work." Like I was 14, like I didn't need money for anything really. Anything I needed, I had. And I was just like, oh, I was like, I just want to work. I want my own money. And so, I had that like kind of fiercely independent, like wanted to work, wanted my own money and energy in me from a young age. And I went and I got a job like collecting glasses. And it's a job in Ireland where you work in a pub and you go around and you collect like all the dirty glasses. And in Ireland, we have minimum wage. And you start off on minimum wage, and I worked there for a small while, and then I got, it was a very lot of late nights. So then I got another job at a restaurant, in the town, and it was restaurant and a bar, and I got a job as a waitress, and again it was minimum wage, and so like I worked there for about 4 to 5 years, and the lady who owned the place was known for being like a hard nut. Like she worked her employees hard. She was sometimes difficult to deal with, but like I stayed there. I never had any problems with her because I always worked really hard. So I probably did like three waitresses jobs, like because I worked very fast. I was fast on my feet and I would work all the time. So like when I was there, I would work, like I'd give it my all. And I was thinking today about it, and I was looking back at where did I first buy the point of view that I had to work hard for money, right? And this is where it first kind of came into my world, is when I went out into the workplace. And I remember a friend of mine at the time, she was like, in Ireland, you're on minimum wage. So everybody gets the same minimum wage, no matter what job you're in, unless, you're in, unless you're working with a degree or you're in the, working for the place a long time. But my friend, she worked in the shop, and like her minimum wage was the same as mine. We got paid the same, but I worked way harder, way more on my feet, like running around doing those things. So I was looking at today, like that it was interesting that I chose that. Even at 14, 15, 16, I chose to work somewhere where I would work hard for my money, when I could have worked somewhere else and gotten the same money and not had to work so hard. So, and at the time that was seen as a great thing. Oh, she's a great worker. She's a great hard worker. And it was probably something that I felt validated for, and that my dad would always say, "You're a great worker. She's a great worker," and it was like you were praised for being a hard worker, right? And like fast forward, 20 plus years, how many years? And here I am in my life now, and I'm a big advocate for the mantra of access consciousness is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And I'm a big advocate for actually creating with ease, receiving money with ease, working with ease. And that doesn't mean you're going to be lazy and lying on the couch and not do anything. It just means that you can actually do everything, get better results with less effort. You don't have to effort so much. And, and I found myself when I moved to America, first I did a lot of hard work as well when I first moved here, because I went into this survival mode. And I worked very hard for the first year in a restaurant again. And, the money's a bit better in America to work in a restaurant. And I worked a lot. And then, over time, I started to build my business and create clients and teach classes and all that. And now I'm more kind of full-time in my business. And what I noticed this week is that I still had certain clients where I was basically just doing it for the money, really. The work wasn't incredibly rewarding. I wasn't going to create much change in the sessions. And it was like, And it was difficult for my body. And this week I looked at it and I asked the question. So with one particular client, I asked the question, like, Truth, if I continue to see this client, what will create for me, my life, my living, consciousness, and the planet 100 years from now? And I got the energy, and it was like dense. And I asked Truth, if I choose to let this client go, what will it create for me, my body, the planet, and consciousness 100 years from now? And my whole world just opened up. And I didn't even have to ask that question. I knew it already. I knew that by me keeping this client, it wasn't actually kind to him. It wasn't kind to me. And it wasn't actually creating the business that I want to create. And it wasn't allowing new clients to come in who would be more congruent with what I have to offer and would be able to receive more of what I have to offer. You know, this client was looking for, you know, the client that I let go was just looking for real deep, you know, deep tissue massage every week, and nothing was changing. And he would just go out and recreate the same thing again, which is fine. But I know I can create so much more change. And, you know, when people come for me for energy work and healing, like, we can change anything in one session if the person is willing. So for me to actually have to work so hard just for money, it was just wearing me down. And, you know, and this week I really had to sit with myself and be like, is this really creating the future I want to create? And this really the business I want to create? And it was like, no. And so I really had to get clear and honest with myself that, like, was it working for me to just do something for the money? Now, not saying if you're doing things in your life and, you know, and brings in money, doesn't mean you have to drop it. Does not mean you have to drop it right away. Doesn't mean you have to ever drop it. If it works for you, it works for you. There's other clients I have that are a lot easier for me. But with this one particular client, it was just a lot of, you know, energy where it was a lot of hard work. And it got me to look at, like, where I was doing things just for the money and where I was still working hard in my life just for the money. When I knew, and I know, that I can create magic and I can create what I love in the world and get paid for it. And I can contribute to people's worlds, and I can create classes and events and all these things, and I can get paid for it, and it adds to my life. So looking at the energy of, like, living your orgasmic alive life, like, if you want to be orgasmically alive every day, how can you be orgasmically alive and vibrating and buzzing if you're working really hard just for the money? I work hard, but I work hard for consciousness, like, as in work hard. I put in, like, I work all hours. Like, right now it's 11:30 at night and I'm still working on my computer, but it's not hard work. And I put in a lot of hours, I put in a lot of energy, but it's not hard work. And so where there was still places showing up for me where it was hard work. And was I willing to actually sit with that and let that go, knowing I would create something greater? But my head, and that's where it gets you, is when your head comes in and it's like, I can't believe you're going to let that client go. You're really going to let that regular client go. You're really going to let that money go. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. As if there's only no other people in the world, you know? Like, as if there's 7 billion people on the planet, but your head will come in to almost stop you from choosing something greater for you. Because who has told us, like, who in your world has taught you to actually honor you first, to care for you first, to look at what works for you first, rather than, oh, you know, someone pops up and is like, here, I'll give you a couple $100 if you do this job for me, or I'll give you this if you do this thing for me, and you know it doesn't feel right and it doesn't sit right with you, but you do it anyway because your head tells you, well, you should because it's being offered to you, or because it's there, or there might be no other work, you know. And I'm just, like, looking at, you know, being way more present with my business, with me, and with my life, and choosing the things that light me up. And so that's my video for today. You know, my question would be always to look at, you know, if something isn't sitting right with you, if something isn't, you know, feeling right, something in your body's telling you, I'm done, like, your body's letting you know, I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe sit with it and look and ask, you know, if I continue to choose this, what if I choose this option? What will it create for me, my life, my body, consciousness, and the planet 100 years from now? And get the energy of it. And is this energy congruent with what I'm looking to create in the world? Does this match my future? And the other question I really ask as well is this creating my future, or is this decaying my future? And when I asked that with this particular client, I got it was decaying my future. Now, that will not be the case for every single situation. So you got to ask questions about everything and keep asking questions. Don't come to conclusion, because conclusion will kill, conclusion will destroy. I don't have a conclusion that I cannot do any massage. Some people are very easy for me to work with for massage. You know, some people are very easy for me to work with dance. Some people are very easy. It's not about looking for the easy option. It's looking at what's going to create my future. Is this choice going to create my future? Or is this choice going to decay my future? And following that energy, and that doesn't make sense to your logical mind. That fucks with your head. So your head's like, I can't believe you're doing this. And that's when you have to quieten the thoughts and maybe like today I called a friend for reassurance, you know, or get your bars run. If you've never heard of bars, it's like a light touch points on your head that gets you out of your head and into your body and gets you into your knowing, like what you know. So, and then, you know, also the opposite, if I don't choose this, or if I continue to choose this, what will it create for me, my life, consciousness, and my body 100 years from now? And that gets you into the energy of creating your life, not into the logical mind. And since I, you know, let this client go, it's amazing what's opened up in my world. Like, new client has come in that matches more the energy of what I'm creating in the world. Like, I've gotten way more creative. Because when you let things go that are holding you back or dragging you down, your world opens up, so new possibilities come in. But you have to let it go first. At least I did anyway. I had to let it go so I could see, okay, there's other possibilities here. And then I start creating other possibilities. And then I start stepping up and looking at what else is possible. What else can I create? So that's today's video. Hope you like it. If you have any questions, pop them under the thread. If you like the video, like it, share on social media, and share on your Facebook page. And if there's any topics you'd ever like me to, you know, talk about, just send me a message on Facebook, or you can comment under on the YouTube video. Thanks, guys. Bye.